Hi there, everybody. This is Mark Bromley, your favorite author and artist of the Yoranthium Book Series. Today, I have for you is the 6 shirts that the original first 6 T-shirts that I designed for the Yoranthium Book Series. It's part of the Sea Elf um, Mythos series as well as a couple of book cover designs that I made for the Yorantium Book Series. And all this is my original artwork for it. And what do you get in this package? Well, you get the first shirt, the Clinics of Death or Altars of Death, which is um, it's basically based on what you would find over at the abortion office and the 3 demons that would cater to you to basically murder human beings. Like I said, the human soul is found at birth, at conception, when the DNA is formed. Because I can tell you in another book that I'm writing about the influences on my early politics from when I was a child, I will tell you that as a DNA, I actually had dreams and visions. You ever wonder why you like the images that you see in a kaleidoscope when you're getting one of those old paper round kaleidoscopes and you're turning the images around and around in the back with the colored rocks in the back? You know why you like those things so much? You know what they remind you of? The images that you dreamt when you were first assembled as a DNA in the womb. That's why you're so familiar with kaleidoscopes. That's why they bring you back. They bring you back to your earliest memories when you were just a chain of DNA turning into a blastocyst, moving down the fallopian tubes for over 8 days, sending out a communication of human chorionic gonadotropin to your mother's brain to make way in the uterus so you could implant in the womb. It was a fundamental communication. And there is more about that in the Book of Gentry, Book 2, that explains a lot more about that. Uh, the miracle of life here on earth, and especially the miracle of a human being created and conceived and born. And that's what this shirt reflects. And that's why you see a lot of hell there, a bunch of demons running around with vicious, gnashing teeth. And yeah, it's based off of what you would probably find at a Planned Parenthood. The evils of the Planned Parenthood. Yes, they're altars of death. They are worshiping Moloch, an old demon from forgotten times in human history that was ended and stopped because it was terrible. It was awful. And we're trying to renew that kind of belief again because of primitive, barbaric politicians being elected into our offices at this current time through the Nazi globalists, global socialists, groups known as the WEF, Schwab, Soros, and the Nazi Emerge Group members that are all over the United States right now. They're a cult. They are just straight up a globalist Nazi cult. And their ideas are awful. They are hurtful and harmful and dangerous to our people. And that's what the first shirt. The second shirt there is just more of a spoofy kind of shirt. It's a fun shirt. I'm here with you. Wow. Of course, you say that says your. Well, yeah, it's supposed to be a little bit more funny too. So, uh, because that's the shaman of the depth dwellers within the book series. I'll have to show you that picture a little bit later too. And basically, the shamans are the depth dweller mothers. Those are eggs on the back because they carry them like frogs carry eggs on their back. Yeah, same thing. Anyways, so it's all about the book, and it's a lot more fun because the imagery is actually there, and it's great. And then my machinations are machinations. My machinations are machinations. Either way, you can say it either way. And that's the big machinations or machinations inside the book of Yoranthium that you get introduced in the first part of the book, I guess in chapter 4, 3 or 4. Yeah, you get introduced to the machinations, and it's a big giant battle robot. And that's what it is, steam powered. So it's a little bit of a steampunk going on in this book series as well, but a little bit more illuminated, a little bit more dark, but I guess you could say it's basically kind of like that. And that's the third shirt, which is a very good wow kind of shirt. And then the third shirt, the fourth shirt, is the Yoranthium image of the pregnant womb, the world womb, with the mother's hands on top of it and on the bottom. And it's painted on, kind of like the world of Zermatt. And you can see in the center uh, Yorantium, the island that this book actually starts on. And there's a couple of children in there, and it's about the Book of Gentru. It's explaining the duality of the children that are in the womb. And it's a very beautiful picture. I think if you're an expecting person, or you want to be an expecting person, or you want to impress your wife, this is a good shirt to wear. And the next shirt, the fifth shirt, is Swim with the Sea Elves Baby. This is the Sea Elf babies. They are swimming around in the ocean, and that too is in the mythos of the birth of the Sea Elves. And that was a picture that I designed for that, and that was done relatively in a small amount of time for that one. And it's a great shirt to wear, and a lot of people like it. The last shirt, number 6 over here, is Yoranthium, the heart, the blastocyst, and a little DNA chain. You may not see it on this image because it's very, very small because it's the umbilical cord, and it's the elven fetus and a blastocyst uh, in nature, in the heart of nature, the love of nature. And that's basically what these 6 shirts are all about. It's about the Yoranthium Book Series. It goes through several processes, some of the thought patterns and thought processes going on in the book. There's a big story to it. It's a very long story. Like I said, these images actually come from book 1 and book 2. Book 1 is currently out as an ebook. I've had delays on getting the published book out because, well, I'm in slow North Korea, Colorado, and they are brutal out here. It is brutal living in this North Korea of Colorado. It's just a brutal society. It is literally like North Korea. That's how stingy, selfish, and greedy the people here in Colorado running the state. That's how terrible they are. They're awful. We have terrible leadership, and it shows at all levels that Colorado leadership is broken and busted. And they came from California, and Californian leaders were terrible, broken and busted too. Um, Everywhere you got a Democrat state, broken and busted. Too many socialists, too many Nazis, and they just ruin everything. The cult of woke. And they are a cult. I mean, the Asa Horror cult was a really big cult when he first formed, and then they decided to literally attack people with sarin gas. And it's the same thing with the cult of woke. They're attacking people too. Right now, they're attacking your children. They're trying to uh, miseducate your children, give them the wrong education based on their globalist Nazi views. And I've dealt with several of them that are just nasty, wrong. There are several city council meetings. You can see them where they're trying to convince parents that their children are not the correct gender. Look, you had your chance to build your character in the womb at conception. DNA came together exactly who you are and what you are. Be proud of it. Accept it. You are that person. Be that person. Be proud of yourself. You don't need to change yourself to fit in. Do not believe the cult of woke. You do not need to follow that cult to fit in. You don't have to be any cult to fit in. You don't have to be anything like that. You can be yourself. Be who you are because your DNA knows who you are. It always has. And you always dreamed about it since you were conceived, about who exactly you were and are and will be and become because it's in your DNA. Don't fight your DNA. Believe in yourself. Don't give in to the lies and the sufferings of this world. Don't do that. Now, these 6 shirts that I offer here are wonderful shirts. They're great T-shirts. The initial 6 T-shirts that I started with in Yorantium. There are several more that I haven't released yet because I'm still working on them. But these shirts are available for $255. You can get all 6 of these shirts mailed to you and sent to you. All you have to do is just send me an email if you want the six of these shirt package. You can get there. There's also a 7th shirt, but I'll show you that one later. It's actually a player character if you want to actually help me build the game system for the Yoranthium Book Series that I'm actually working on as well. But I'm not offering that right now because it's awfully complex. It's really complicated. And right here, what you see here is the 6 shirts. You can get them $255, and I'll send them to you in the U.S. Add an additional $25 if you want them overseas in a foreign country, any other country in the world. Just add an extra $25 for the shipping, and that you can get these 6 shirts. So they are wonderful shirts. They're good shirts. I print them on high quality shirts, so they're not transparent, they're not see-through, they're not flimsy. They're actually solid shirts. They're good quality, and the printmaking process is very good too. It's a solid shirt. You can wash it a few times, probably forever. It probably lasts a long time, depending how you take care of it. And they're just fantastic. So if you want to help me out as author and artist of the Yorantium Book Series, you can get my book online through my website. You can get 4 of these shirts on my website, and uh, and you can pick and choose. You can get them individually at the website and uranthiumbromley.com, and but to get all 6 shirts, you can order them through my email, and I'll send you an invoice for all 6 of them to your email. Then we'll just do that. It'll go through PayPal, so you can do that, and we'll get these 6 shirts printed up for you, and you'll look good in them, and they will be fantastic additions to the Uranthium growing legacy of the whole thing. These are like the initial shirts, so they will change over time, and they probably get a little bit better a little bit later. So there's just a way to help out the author of the Yorantium book series if you are feeling like you want 6 new shirts of these kind of designs of art. And you can put them in frames too. You can hang them on your wall. They look good. They're fantastic, and they're excellent. So, anyways, that's this little piece that I want to talk to you about, and I created this for some crowdfunders that basically I just ran into the cult of woke over at that area, that place, and I don't do business with them anymore because they were thieves, they were crooks, they were just criminals. They just wanted to steal people's stuff. I talked to them about my Uranthium trading card game, but you know what? It wasn't actually all set up with copyright claims and stuff like that, so I'm not releasing the rules until I have definitely owned my material so people aren't stealing it. Because, like I said, there's a couple of videos already. People stole my artwork through Cafe and through West Staff here in Denver, Colorado, because of their cult of woke politics, attack everybody that's not like them, and it's awful, it's terrible, and it's atrocious what they've actually done, and it's actually discrimination what they've engaged in, and it's just awful that they make these cult of wokists feel like they've been discriminated against or this and that, whatever, and they turn around with their cult of woke and they discriminate and attack everybody else. It's not right. It's a cult. It's a cult following in the cult of the far left, and it's sickening, it's saddening, and it's pretty disgusting because it doesn't allow creatives like myself to be creative. It doesn't allow us to be imaginative. It doesn't even allow us to write our own books. This is the cult of woke. This is how much of a Nazi organization the cult of woke actually is. They are so oppressive here in Colorado that it's like living in North Korea. This is how terrible global socialists actually are. They went from being the children of the Nazis to the Gazis, the global socialists. Yeah, and it's just awful. But if you want to push back, you want to actually make more sense and actually bring some more common sense and a better virtue to the United States of America, buy my artwork, buy my book series. It helps people. It will actually bring healing energies into our society, and uh, and it'll be great. I mean, it's about life and nature and how to become more understanding of the values of life. Like I said, my first earliest memories do come from when I was just one strand of DNA. One strand of DNA. Of course, you can't imagine much because a lot of it's just growing energy. Growing energy, you're turning into a blastocyst. So a lot of what you see and what you know of is just shapes and colors because you're still developing your earbuds so you can hear, which is later down the street. But you do have imagination. Yeah, you have imagination in your DNA. Your soul is formed at the DNA. The DNA, if you were looking for the human soul, you will find it in your DNA because that's who you are. That's your spirit. Your spirit is physically attached to the DNA upon conception. It is. And you just have to believe that because it's true. Because I remember my earliest memories. Every single time you pick up a kaleidoscope, you are looking at the colors that you remember. That's why a kaleidoscope is so comforting to you as a human being, because you remember it, child, as a DNA, a strand of DNA becoming a blastocyst. That's what you were dreaming. The kaleidoscope of colors. That's why you have to remember that. Remember what you really came from. If you ever looked at a kaleidoscope, if you ever seen the background that I have on some of my images of multi different colors going off in the background in different shapes and sizes, that's a kaleidoscope. That's what you were seeing. That's what you were imagining. That was the fundamental formation and founding of your brain every single time you look at a kaleidoscope. So, get the kaleidoscope of Yorantium. Get the book. Get the shirts. You're going to be impressed with how much detail in such a small book of 480 pages, roughly. How much design I put into that book. And it's so small. It doesn't even cover all the design elements I could have discussed and talked about. But it's a kaleidoscope of information. Get the shirts, get the books. You'll like it all. It's a lot of fun. Anyways, I'm Mark Bromley, the author and artist of the Yoranthium Book Series, and I thank you for stopping by and looking at my video today. You have a fantastic day. And like to order these 6 shirts, send me an email. The email link is below. Just send me an email. I'll send you an invoice. We can create a relationship as friends, friends of Yoranthium. You have a great day.